is a good day in SimWorld, everybody. Good morning, and welcome to SimWorld today. We got a bunch of good things going on, and as always, I'm B-Ron. Alongside me, as always, my co-host Yells. Good morning, sir. How you doing?
It's hump day, man. I was just telling you, I'm
Hump
excited
day.
as hell. And not only is it
Yeah.
hump day, I'm officially free at the end of this day from some other tyranny items of work that I've had to do, and full investment in the sim world. It's SimWorld Hoops, SimWorld Prep, this whole lifestyle back. But yes, it is hump day, and tomorrow's
Sir.
Thirsty Thursday. Yeah, I'm here for it, man.
Yes, sir. Well, look, man. Speaking of being thirsty, Showtime. They should they be concerned about their lack of interest in recruits? No recruits being linked to them right now. Should they be thirsty? Showtime be thirsty for recruits?
I mean, it's LA, baby. They're always thirsty, right? They're always trying to make something happen,
I
trying to
mean,
be
yeah.
the center of attention. But guess what? They don't have to try very hard. They are in the city of angels. It's Hollywood, California. It's Sunset Sports Studio. B-Ron, you've called games out there. Have you not seen their host venue? Good Lord, I think
Their host venue is really nice.
there's a giant screen LED in there. It looks like I think it's a like we said, it's a former
Movie
recording movie set and recording studio, multimedia,
Yeah.
and I mean it's got all the feels, man. It's LA. I don't think there's anything to worry about. Maybe they're finally keeping their information under wraps for once, because last year, Lord knows, it was a S show for sure. As far as us hearing about all the rumors and all the stuff coming out of, but recruiting wise. Playing it close to the cuff, I think is probably smart. Everybody knowing what your moves are is a little weird. It lets them come in and lets them strategize against you.
Yeah.
But they have
Yeah.
they have a deep, incredibly deep recruiting pool out there. They still got, as far as we know, Corey Yams is still there. Nick Moss was a human highlight reel last season. Juka G hoping to get some run, but I named those guys, but Israel Vines and Mark Chiz. Those guys,
Yeah.
if they had an opportunity, they showed some glimpses of greatness, especially Chiz and Israel Vines. They could go get their
Yeah,
own
that's
buckets. But yeah, recruiting
that's
pool, super deep out there, B-Ron. So I don't think Showtime has anything to worry about. I think if they miss out on their number 1, 2, and 3, they still have some other state and regions number 1, 2, and 3, because that recruiting pool is so deep out there.
So, here's my thing. I agree with you there, but Coach Drayton the other day had said to me, you know, sometimes you need to choose violence, B-Ron, because
Yeah. Oh, you bringing the violence today? I was wondering what that bat was for, B-Ron. Get that bat out the
I
studio.
feel like I gotta bring a little something this morning for this Showtime thing.
Yeah, he brought a whole vat of weapons, y'all. He's got Chinese stars, samurai swords, stuff. Oh, I was wondering. All right.
So look, man, look. If you are Showtime, if you're out there in LA and you have to compete with the Breakers and Best Coast, and not to mention Cascadia and the Reigning Trays, for all that West Coast talent out there, and that's just talking about the teams that are in your region that are close to you. You know, I feel like you need to be making a more concerted effort to have some things come out. Uh, I I don't want to say no news is good news in this situation, because like I believe that most times, but sometimes it might be beneficial to stir the pot a little bit and drop some names out there, and hey, we're going after this person, we're going after this person. Maybe it'll get some people off of someone else that you really want to go after. You know what I mean? Play some mind games perhaps. So I feel like not hearing anything is a little detrimental in the situation for Showtime. If you're in a smaller market like similar Middle East, for example, okay, fine, But this is Showtime. It's California. People are talking all the time out there. So we need some more information.
I
We
hear
need
you.
some. Need some more.
I hear you. I've heard enough from all of these guys. Oh God, I've heard enough. Let the media do their job. I'm sure we're gonna hear some things. Like you said, it is LA, so
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure
we are.
we're gonna hear
Yeah,
something.
yeah. Only matter of time, right? Only matter of time. So I mentioned yesterday on our show that I had part two of our game for you. Uh, our who, where, and why. So let's play part two of that today. Let's start with the number 10 ranked recruit in the Mountain West region, our guy Kyrie Mana from Arizona. What do you think he goes and why?
Oh man, Kyrie Mana, whatever it is. Number one, I love his name. I'm a big fan of.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me not get all into that. I think people heard I'm an Ancient Aliens fan. I like my cultural history, and I like the origin of that name. Y'all go look it up, or go listen to the what's the song by Tech Nine and The Rock. Yeah, that Mana's a real thing. So that being his last name, I'm gonna assume he has some magical superpowers. Go do your research. 6'3", 170. Kind of slight guy, but really crafty. I haven't seen a whole lot of footage of him or tape on him this offseason, but I do recall last season seeing some stuff with him. Really shifty, really rangy, athletic kid that can play some good perimeter defense. Where does he end up? I'm thinking he sees his way to Rocky Mountain Monsters. I'm thinking maybe he sees his way into H-Town, the H-Town Hoopers, who could stand some defense, if you ask me, on the perimeter. I know they looked good in moments last year, but I think it was probably more a product of the game being slowed down, which did not benefit them at all. But I think he can still play up-tempo ball, but still be effective on the defensive end. So I can see him making his way to either Showtime or H-Town.
Okay. Fair enough. I like that. I like the H-Town. Both of those make sense in terms of, being close to both of those areas geographically. So we'll see. We shall see for sure on that one. Number 40 Pacific ranked recruit, Jimmy Ramos from California. We saw him in the Trey J SummerSlam the other day, and I think he looked pretty all right in that game. Pretty good in that one. What do you think about him, and where do you think he goes? Did you say he's in
Man,
California?
I think I'm a big, yeah, absolutely. I think I'm a huge Jamie Ramos fan. I think he's a great kid. He put together some things. He's organized some stuff out there. Not only is he a great player, he's 6'7" and roughly 230 at the high school level, and can create his own shot. But he's also a leader. And that's what I've seen is he's a great leader. I've seen him organize some things for some of the recruits out there. Just an awesome all-around kid. As far as his skill set, a lot of people say he reminds them of Roy Hachimura just because he's so versatile with the ball. I've seen him put the ball in the post, seen him shoot from the perimeter. He literally is just trying to get an open shot, and he can do it. He defends, he rebounds. I think he has great upside. But I think to answer your question, he is a Cali kid. I don't know if he's a Showtime fit. I don't know if I love him as a Showtime fit. I think he's more of a Best Coast Ballers kind of guy. I could even see him making a
That's
trek
what I was
up
leaning
north.
to.
I could see him in Cascadia. I could see him in Rain and Trays, to be totally honest. He fits that mold of that Northern Cali, that Pacific Northwest kind of guy that, hey, I can give you. I'm big, but I can give it to you anywhere on this court, and I like that. He has like a Drew Timmy feel, you know what I mean? But probably more refined, more perimeter based.
Timmy.
Yeah, so the Roy Hachimura, I'm with that one too. So I see him playing in those same areas. He has that same kind of game. So yeah, I'm going Best Coast Ballers or Pacific Northwest area, Cascadia or Rain and Trace, somewhere around there.
All right. So this last one here, y'all, I was starting to go in a different direction with this
The
one.
last one?
Yeah. But as I was looking, because we only had three. I only had 3 regions left. One kid from each region.
Okay.
So, I wanted to go in a different direction with this, but then I saw the name at the top. I said I can't go anywhere else with this one. And because you didn't give me any good, and because you said that you weren't gonna go too
Not
crazy
doing it.
yesterday.
I'm not.
With your predictions. Yells, this one I have to.
All right.
Number 1 international recruit, Cole Webb from Australia. he mentioned before that
Why are we even talking
Oceania.
about this? Be Ron.
Because
Be Ron.
because it's no because wait no because it's not a foregone conclusion.
It's a
I
foregone
don't think it
conclusion.
is.
It's
I
a
don't think it
foregone
is.
conclusion. If there's one thing I know about kids, because I have some, right? Whatever they say out their mouth first, you can take it with a grain of salt. But then at some point it comes back. They always try and backtrack. Cole Webb, love you like a brother, right? I love Cole Webb, love his game, love what how invested he's been in the SimWorld community.
Uh-huh.
He's been a big part of our success. I love his engagement. I love everything he does. But like I said, I love his game.
Yeah.
But what we heard first out of his mouth is, "I'm leaving, I'm out," and I think we all heard. And like, it's almost what do you call it? Word vomit from my favorite movie on the planet Earth, Mean Girls. Mean Girls. Everybody just comes out, hops straight out to the media and says exactly what it is they want to do. There's no mystery, no leverage. They don't play. He said where he wanted to go, and then he tried to backtrack. Right. He tried to backtrack. So I'm going to say what he said is what he said. He said what he said. He's leaving. He's going to Showtime. I don't even think there's anything to discuss.
Okay. All right.
He said it.
Okay.
He said it, B-Ron.
If he did,
he said it. If my girl comes down the room and jokes and says something crazy to me, like totally out of bounds, out of left field, I'm taking her at her word. You're not gonna backtrack on that on me. So some of the same stuff here. You come out and you say it all emphatically, all out in the public. You can't walk that back. He's going to Showtime as far as I'm concerned.
If he said that, I missed it. All right, let me give you one more. I lied. I'm sorry. I happen to pull up the sheet here real quick for the scouting rankings to give you one more international recruit.
Let's do it.
Number 22nd ranked Michael Trevoux from France.
Michael Trevoux.
15 years old, 6'5", 232.
Yeah. France. I like his game. He's more of a post defender. I got some notes on him actually. Really athletic. Young kid, 6'5", 230 at 15, out of Paris.
Yeah, insane size.
And I mean, hey, look at this. Columbia, not a big basketball school, is looking at him, right? But I think he stays hometown. I think he's going to play for SimWorld Europe. They're still looking for a coach. I know Coach Mack gave them the big peace out, but I think he's a Europe kid. I'm not sure there's going to be a whole lot of interest for him internationally or in some of these other regions. Maybe a Coach K comes looking at him from Atlantis, but that's a lot of money to spend. And he's an all right kid. I don't think he's a game changer for a squad, but I think he's going to be very good. He's got some developing to do. He's got about 3 years before he heads off to college, so he can do so. So I see him in SimWorld Europe.
Okay. All right. That sounds good. Thank you for playing this game with me. I appreciate it. It was fun. Fun as always. Hope you had a good time with it anyway. Hope you did.
I did.
Good. So, our next one here, Malik Ali. Not a huge factor for Philadelphia this past season, but news came out. He's been cut from the team. Is that a sign of things to come for them? Or are they making room for somebody else? This is the first real cut that I've heard about from any team really. Now that they're starting to get the rosters down for the commitment craze period coming up soon.
Yeah, I'm not concerned at all. Down goes Ali. Not concerned at all. I don't think he was a major contributor. I think teams are going to start cutting down as they start feeling comfortable with some people they have incoming, so they need to make room or what have you. And, they're just helping these kids out with their future, telling them something ahead of time. They are children. They are 15, 16, 17-year-olds. They have families that may have uprooted their lives, or families that are invested trying to figure out what the best option is for their kid and their future, playing college ball. Right. So giving them a heads up instead of leaving them last minute just to tell them something like they're an NBA player, which is still in bad taste, in my opinion. So him cutting Malik Ali, no issues with it. I'm sure there's a lot of these that maybe we still just haven't heard about because maybe they're not significant for us yet in the grand scheme of SimWorld Prep. But I definitely think Coach Dries is out there doing some retooling. He does some big time recruiting. He doesn't play games at all when it comes to that. He may be fun loving, but I'll tell you, I know Coach Drees a bit, and he competes. It's all competition and it's all strategy. So I'm sure he has some things in the bag. He wouldn't just be making moves just to make them. They are called Philadelphia Elite, and they were anything other than they were not elite last season. They showed some flashes of it, and I'm sure he wants to get them back to that kind of stature of living up to their name this upcoming season.
Yeah, they weren't elite last season, to be fair, but their defense, man, their defense was really good last season. I feel like if they can continue to get play defense at a high level and get their offense be a little more competent with Mouth Hall returning other pieces, man, that they could be scary. They could be a scary team next season, going forward.
No doubt.
I think that's what it could be.
No doubt.
What about sorry, blanking on names
Cam
here.
Jones.
Cam Jones.
Cam Jones.
Yes.
I got your back, man.
Cam Jones, man. I appreciate you.
Cam Jones in H-Town. You want me to lead this one? I got you. This is an H-Town segment.
Yeah.
Cam Jones.
Yeah, you got it.
Heading out of H-Town is what the rumors are potentially that he may be bouncing. Bouncing like the new coach incoming did to two other teams in a shorter amount of time. Gotta get my jabs in.
Ring knife a little bit.
But it's potential. It's potential. I don't think there was any definitive statement that he's definitely out. I'm sure Coach Bellardi is going to talk with him. I'm sure Coach Bellardi has already talked with him, and especially after maybe that's come out. So I have no concerns for H-Town. But I'll say this: Cam Jones, man, another one of those kids. Players gotta buy their time and know when it is their time. Just because you showed up and you're number 2 or number 10 on a team, there can only be a couple focused players. You know what I mean? So everybody comes in. I want my opportunity now. I'm leaving. Like, well, good luck, kids. Good luck with that. That's not how life works.
Good luck.
But I say all that to say Cam Jones is one of the kids that I think could have gotten a little more spotlight or at least put in a better position last season. When Coach Banks was there, you had Keith and Carter and Vincent Magic who could get to the rim with ease. You had Tyrell Thompson, who was an inside bucket. Cam Jones was the lone shooter on that team, and not just the lone shooter, a damn good shooter. I mean, a magical shooter. He has a cannon from out there, and he knocks it down. I think he should have had some more opportunities to be able to spot up, to be in position to catch and shoot, and they should have got him to rock more. So all that being said, if Cam is looking to go somewhere else, maybe somewhere locally, I know another team in Texas that could definitely use him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're retooling down there.
Whatever he chooses to do, I hope that he gets an actual shot because he is one of those top-tier players to me that really just needs the opportunity. He is a knockdown shooter. And we'll see what he comes back as. He left at 6'1", about 190. Maybe he comes back a little taller, a little bigger. I'm not sure. Cam Jones fan, not really concerned for H-Town. There's a lot of talent in H-Town too. Coach Bellardi is there, and despite of all the jabs or whatever I may have thrown at him here, I think he's a serviceable coach for sure. I think people want to play for him, and I think that he's in a good area to recruit. So maybe he's found his home, and I'm sure he's going to do. I'm sure he's going to bring in the right talent. I think there's no issues there. Win, lose, or draw with Cam Jones. I think H-Town's good.
Yeah, I think you mentioned it. I think a lot of these kids need to be more patient, and unfortunately, Cam Jones, I think, is one of those situations where he needed to be more patient. And so I'm hoping that this is just a rumor, and he doesn't actually leave to go somewhere else, because he may not get the shine that he wanted in his new spot. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. The grass isn't always greener on the other side. Sometimes you have to wait and bide your time to get to that spot where you want to be. When you get to college, you have 4 years in college, all right? You get to college as a freshman, and you don't play a whole lot. You're gonna leave your sophomore season, and then your junior season. Make up your mind. Like, what are you doing? Figure it out. So, be patient. sometimes patience works in your favor. You have a bigger role. You never know what's gonna happen. Somebody you didn't expect to leave could leave. It's a lot of things that could go your way. And I mean, I think this is a spot where Cam Jones needs to just be a little more patient. But if you decide to leave, hey, more power to you. Make your own decision, that kind of thing. But we'll see. Like you said, Coach Velarde has plenty of options down there in H Town, and he himself is a big name. I think people want to play for him. So if they have to replace Cam, I think they'll be all right to do so.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, name means a lot. Names means a lot. Speaking of, names, there's a lot of names in Indy. We could talk about that because that's always something to talk about. They look, they have a huge project ahead of them. Clean a house over there after the James brothers are gone, Johan is gone, Coach Storm is gone. They they got a lot of work down there to do in Stripes Land. How in the world do they get that ship righted and turn it around? Because they looked like at any point in time last season they could have been a not I don't want to say an elite team necessarily, but they could have been good, and they never really hit that stride. So yeah, what do you think about all that? Yeah.
What could they do to right the ship? Is that the question? I want to make sure I'm answering
Yeah,
the right
yeah,
question.
yeah, yeah,
I think it's already
yeah.
done.
How do they rebound after
I
getting
think I
housed?
think I think addition by subtraction. I think they've already rebounded. They got the coach up out of there. I don't think he had control of the team. I don't think he was fully invested in the team. There's a million things that I think came from the leadership there. And I'm gonna say it. I hope you're listening. I hope you're a kid. Or excuse me, I hope that you're listening in, Barkley James. I never got a chance to
And you're
chime in.
coachable.
Yeah, I think, yeah. But I think you were right. I think you were right about the leadership there, Barkley. I didn't want to be in the middle of that, but I think you're right. So, righting the ship, I think that started with that move. Regardless of coach being gone or not, the James brothers, if they're out of there, I think that's also the right move too, just because there's old ghosts left behind sometimes. So a fresh start for them means a fresh start for Indy. Losing Johan if he doesn't come back, I think that'll hurt. But I think you also had a few guys there, and I'm gonna name out 4 of the 5 that I really think deserved more of a opportunity. Sean
Okay.
Chapman Daly, wasn't he Mr. Indiana? Like what the hell? He never really got a shot with that
Yeah.
squad. Jay Luss, the first look breaking the veil. But our first ever SimWorld VU, he should have been getting more opportunity. He was the first ever one. How did he not get clocked? Oh my God. Reza Red, we all know about that. 6'10, 230, 16-year-old now. He's had a birthday of just beastly kid. And White Williams, who's a very streaky shooter. I think they can build around that, find a new coach. Addition by subtraction is my answer. I think they've already done what they needed to do to right the ship because I do think that locker room, that team was cancerous.
Okay. Yeah. I look. A lot of change needed to happen there, and I'm glad it started. Just have to see how it ends up once everything gets finalized. But speaking of final, we're out of time. Hoops here. We gotta go. Y'all have a good one. Thank you for tuning in. As always, you guys, we really appreciate you here on SimWorld today. We'll see you guys. Today is Wednesday, so we'll see y'all tomorrow on Thursday for another show, another glorious show. Till then, you guys, just because it's the off season does not mean that you can't do what, yells? See the game and
Be
be the game.
the game. We're out.
Be the game. We're out of here.